So, hey, Butterfly team. This is week 3 of our training videos, our training Zoom chats. And I'm going to try to put this on speaker view. Let's see if that works I hope. No. Well, maybe. Let me try one more time. Gallery view, exit full screen. No. I'm trying to put it where everybody's not on that doesn't want to be recorded, but I don't know how to make that happen. It should be able to do it with speaker view, but it's not letting me. So, okay. Anyway, this is week 3 of our training, our Zoom trainings, and I hope that you guys get engaged enough in these and we get enough of them stacked in a row that you can begin engaging your entire team in these trainings. Tonight we are packed solid with information. We're going to really try to squeeze it into 30 minutes so that we can, so that these will always be engaging for people. I'm going to cover briefly a few documents that I just posted on the Butterfly page. I'm going to share my screen with you really quick. I'm going to go over those, and then Jetty and I are sort of going to go over what everybody's here for, which is we're going to go over how to get to Leaders Retreat, how to get to the very top of that contest if you would like to, and give you some incentives or some motivation to get you there. So, okay, let me share my screen with you really quick, show you some of the stuff I just posted on the Butterfly page. Okay. Okay, some of the files that I just posted are, hang on a second. Somebody nod if you can see. Well, hang on. Can you see what, am I sharing with you? You can see, okay. So, I'm gonna have to mute everybody again because I can hear all this noise. Give me a second. Hang on a second, sorry. Someone's got a crazy noise in the background. All right, share screen. Here we go again. Okay, this first, right here, this says sample emails. One of the leaders in the company shared with me the emails that she sends out to people. Let me scoot this over so you guys can see, and so that you guys are not reading all my private messages. Okay, these sample emails are, the first one is Plexus Info, and you have to go in there and really fill in the gaps. You're going to address this to whoever's name goes there. You're going to want to, anywhere that there's quotes, Jetty did these for me today, you're going to want to go in and put your web address there, for example, and then your name, your contact info, and possibly a short video of yourself if you want to do something like that. Like, for me, I'll put my diamond documentary. Now, pay attention to each of these emails. Seriously, I'm hearing noise again. If somebody just joined us, make sure you mute your audio. Okay, at the end of each of these emails, it shows the attachment that you're supposed to put with that email. And we will go over that at another time if you're not able to figure out exactly what's supposed to be going on there. Don't worry about it tonight. Don't get it too caught up in that. Mostly what I want you to notice is this one is Plexus Info. This one is what you send to a Plexus retail customer when you want to flip that customer into a preferred customer, okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is if you have a Plexus preferred customer and you want to, like it says, I loved hearing your voice this week. See, some of these you need to go in there and tweak. You don't want to necessarily send them out exactly as they are. But this is just a really good example of how to make it personal. Like, so-and-so, I loved hearing your voice this week. Thank you so much for your Plexus order. Your order is processed and you should get it in the next few days. I've attached 2 documents. The most important one, directions on how to take Plexus products, will help you know how to get started. And then it gives some, make sure you drink your water. Please let me know if you have any questions and keep me updated. Also, as preferred customer, you'll receive an extra 10% off your order after your 3rd month. Have a blessed day. Then at the bottom of that, again, are 2 more attachments that you put. These are coming off of plexuspowertools.com, by the way. The 4th one is a checking in to see how you're doing kind of email. Definitely go in there and proofread these for yourself and make sure you're sending something that sounds authentic to you and your personal voice. And the other one is flipping someone. Let me make sure what this one is. Hang on. This one is how to get someone started as an ambassador. One of these, I believe, actually has proper wording that will show you how to flip someone who is a happy customer, how to suggest that they become an ambassador. So anyway, I wanted you guys to have these, and what I want you to do with them is I don't want you to keep them on the butterfly page. I want you to put a separate folder in your email bank within your phone or wherever it is that you answer emails. And I want you to have a completely separate folder that's just with Plexus emails so that you can go into your email at any time and grab one of these and go in there and personalize it really quick and send it to new customers, new ambassadors, and the like. Okay, now I'm going to quit sharing my screen for a second. No, I'm not. I lied. Hang on. Give me a second here. Okay. The other thing that I have loaded, and I've already had someone say that they couldn't get it to open. So if it won't open for some reason for you, you should be able to click the download right there, and it should send it to your downloads, and they should be able to open it. What it looks like is this. It's a PowerPoint document that is a training device for you so that you could basically do a Zoom training with your team like we're doing right now, and you could go through this PowerPoint. Some of the leaders in the company said they do this, not they individually, but their team does this particular thing once a week. So they rotate out which leader is in charge of that particular week to do the Zoom training. So basically they start with, a basic slide welcoming everyone, and then they go to an ambassador checklist that says save the 6 emails. It's those emails that I just showed to you. Information, Plexus retail customer, preferred, ambassador opportunity, new ambassador documents and resources. If those are not all there, we'll get them there. So don't panic about that. You want to add people to the Plexus Butterflies, and gives you tips when you're first getting started. This slide's talking about duplication. We'll go over these at another time. I'm not going to go over every one of them tonight, but I just want to show you sort of what this PowerPoint's about, mostly to encourage you to open it, look at it, and use it. This one talks about being consistent and how to duplicate, how to keep lists. I thought this was really cool here where it talks about keeping lists. Whoops. Many people will fall through the cracks if you do not. And then it says inquiries, likes, knows, and potentials. Those are the ways to categorize your lists of people. This gives sales statistics about how often you need to be following up with prospects. This one talks about setting your business. This one's my own wording. You can go in there if you use this PowerPoint, if you have Keynote, maybe if you have other programs as well, but I was able to go in there and make this my own. So for example, see, I'm looking at a typo right there. There. So basically I wanted to really emphasize the triplex and how it will set your business up on a solid foundation. When you're talking about products, lead with the triplex. It's the smartest option for your overall health concerns and your immune system. Your customers will begin to sleep better, have more energy, and mostly this combo will cause them to trust you. You can then later suggest products like X Factor, Ease, etc. Okay? Then it gives some suggestions about getting on conference calls, watching YouTube videos. This is another thing I was going to change. We do weekly Zoom calls. Right here. That type of thing. I'm not going to go through each one of these. I'm just showing them to you. Mostly, I'm trying to pique your curiosity so that you'll be like, okay, yeah, she's right. I need to use that. It goes over the basics of the compensation plan here. See how you could use this. You could get on a chat with your own people, have them pull this up, or you can pull this up if you're on a Zoom chat and go down through each one. This one needs to actually be changed to the New Leaders Retreat contest, which leads me to what I want to talk with you about next. So I'm going to stop sharing. I hope I haven't lost your interest at this point. Okay, Jetty, At this point, I would like you to step in a little bit. Mostly what I want you to talk about right now. Well, hang on before you start, if you don't mind. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I don't know who all watched my video earlier this week and who didn't, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about your belief. Your belief in whether you believe that you'll be able to go to Leaders Retreat this year or not. If you don't believe that you'll make it, you're probably right about that. I can tell you that for sure. If you do believe that you have a chance at making it, you're probably right about that as well, because I believe that it all starts and ends right here and what you feel in your heart. And I want to tell you, if you're like, I'm a gold ambassador, I'm just a silver, I probably should only shoot for trying to get there, whatever it is that's going on in your mind, I want you to stop right where you are, and I want you to think about something. The first year that we went to Leaders Retreat, Jetty and I, only one other ambassador and her husband, or one other ambassador and her husband had become an ambassador, maybe by that time. I think probably he had become an ambassador, actually joined us on that Leaders Retreat. They qualified for it as well. And we were on a ship of Cajuns, and we were the only Okies, and I didn't know a soul except for the people that went with us, and they didn't go as our guests. They were other ambassadors on our team, and we didn't really know them. And it was like, I was senior gold, Jetty was a gold, and no one had ever had the nerve to say, Lori, you're only a gold ambassador, so I bet all you should shoot for is getting on that cruise ship. It was a cruise. You should really just shoot for getting on that cruise ship. You don't need to think any bigger than that. Well, I had my eyes on a prize. My prize was an iPad. I mean, prior to Plexus, we were really BROKE about all the time. And so we weren't buying iPads for nobody. And so when I saw that we could actually qualify for an iPad, I was like, oh my gosh, my kids will be over them. Wasn't it an iPad, Jetty? Is that what it was? Okay. I get all those technological things all confused, but I was like, it's something my kids will love. And so we were shooting for, it was like you could win, I don't remember everything. There were certain levels. You won a travel voucher, you won different things, and then it was all the way almost to the top, and you could win an iPad. Well, we got that iPad, and we were going with momentum at that point. It wasn't quite the end of the qualifying period. And since we had pushed so hard, trying to get customers, trying to get ambassadors, there was still like 7 days left or something. And some of our work continued to pour in. People who had said they would order, did order, even after we got the iPad. And then it was like, oh my gosh, we got really close to winning the top prize. And the top prize that year was an $8,000 Rolex watch, which was at the top of my dream board, as you can imagine. I mean, it's all I ever wanted in my life was a big fancy Rolex watch. But the thing was, we got so close, I was like, if I don't shoot for that Rolex watch, I'm crazy. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know, 20 people from it. And, like 20 people between me and my first 4 levels. And I was thinking, that's not very many people. We can do this in 7 days. And we did. In fact, we went over that. And Jetty was one of only 7 people that year and who actually got the top prize. And since he was only a gold ambassador, I have to do a direct quote, and please don't be offended by what I'm about to tell you. He went up to get his prize, and the prizes had gone out to Coach Cuevas, Patty Cuevas, Sheila Medina. There were like all these names that ring a bell with you. And I'm sitting there because I'm waiting on them to call his name, and I have my phone and I'm recording right over someone's shoulder, this Cajun lady who is a big ambassador with the company. I'm recording her, and they said, and Jetty Harrison. And she says on this recording of mine, plain as day, she goes, who the hell is Jetty Harrison? And I was like, girl, nobody told us we couldn't win a Rolex, and we just did. So I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody from my perspective telling you can't win, which is The shopping spree is like, I don't know, you guys may have a different perspective of it, but to me, it's like 1,000 times better prize, because how much more fun could it be? And I don't know, lots of people who are just out there dying to have a Rolex, but maybe there are, I don't know. Please don't be offended if you're dying to have a Rolex, because I can tell you this. If you win the shopping spree and you want a Rolex, you can go get yourself a Rolex. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the thing is, I want you to shoot for the biggest prize. And if you don't think it's attainable for you to get, like, let's say you shoot for number 3 or 4 on the list and you're like, I don't know if number 4 is attainable. Shoot for it anyway. And let me just say that the momentum coming out of convention, leading into Leaders Retreat, is so exciting for people. And so I'm going to have Jetty break down the math for you guys. Are you ready for that, man? Jetty, I don't even see you moving. I think he's frozen, actually. You'll have to unmute yourself. It's your turn, man.
You froze. I didn't freeze. No, I want to second what she said a while ago. If you, first off, you have to believe that you can do either, the top prize of 4,500 points. If you don't believe that you can do that, if you only believe that you can hit 2,000 or 2,200, whatever that is, I believe that's like the $2,000 or $3,000 check. If that's all you think you can achieve, that's probably all. That's your ceiling. That's where you're going to be. So believe for the top. Even just believe for the top. If you don't hit it, you don't hit it. But put your belief there. And okay, we'll go over and hey, anybody who's on this call, I don't know if Cherie's on this call. She's always, and I say Cherie because I see her graphics all the time. She's really good at making graphics or breaking down stuff like that. If anybody else is on the call, we need maybe even just a team graphic that we can share amongst ourselves on breaking down the easiest way to get the 4,500 points. Okay, anyway, everybody's seen the chart. PV is okay. The top PV is $1,500 in PV. Will get you 150 credits. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. That way, I've got it in front of me.
How many months of PV do we get to count this year?
3.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. So you're maxed out at 450 points for PV. Okay, and it ranges from 200 to 499 is 20 credits, 500 to 999 is 50, 1,000 to 1,499 is 100, and 1,500 PV and up's 150. Okay, I want to talk. A lot of you guys on here have excellent PV. Some 2, 3, even 4. I don't know if there's any 5,000s on this call, maybe, but I want to talk to you guys especially. I think everybody in the company should have a minimum of 2 to 3 customers at least. And along with your order, that'll set you at a 500 PV no matter what you're doing. I mean, because if you're taking the triplex plus 1 or 2 other things and you got 2 to 3 other people in the triplex, you're over 500, you're getting your 25%, you're getting your $100 bill, you're getting some preferred bonuses, and so on. Okay, you guys that are at, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 PV, I want to tell you a little bit of story. Lori and I, when we first started, PV is all we did. I mean, we didn't even try to build a team in the beginning. And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I'll give you a number. We were doing, between the both of us, we had $20,000 to $25,000 a month in PV, and that's literally where we got the 5 figures a month in 12, to where I quit what I was doing. Selling cars, and I was doing really well at selling cars. I was working at the tire plant, and everybody knows they make about 50 grand a month. I mean, 50 grand a year. And I far exceeded selling vehicles, that income. And then this income came along a year and a half after I started selling cars, and exceeded that one. At that point, like I said, all we were doing was doing PV. Okay, with that said,
Profile 5, the majority of that.
Yeah, that was a lot of Profile 5, Plexus Slim Accelerator mix, basically. It's basically for what we called the Fab 4. I can't remember what we called it, but anyway, a lot of those people are on our team today. and probably someone on this call could even attest to that. Out of those people, there were so many, but we were doing so well. There were so many that they're on other teams scattered out throughout the company that actually isn't on our team. And I say this because I think it's theorized that in this, 1.5 billion people on the earth, we're only 6 degrees away from knowing everyone. It's a theory. But so you got to think 50 customers. I mean, you think you could have those customers 3 or 4 or 5 months and you think, oh, they're loyal to me, treating them well. I've been on the phone with them. I've discussed life with them, blah, blah, blah. And that's until their mom signs up under somebody else.
Under their mom's neighbor who lives in Delaware.
Yes. And so their loyalty, while, you treated them well and everything, their loyalty is to mama or sister or brother, whoever it may be. So you guys have got excellent PVs that want to build a team. I'm not saying there's anything against having an excellent PV. I know there is definite money there, and it is good. But don't hold back if that person has the ability to go farther than just themselves. If they have the opportunity to share with, 2 or 3 people to get them some customers, and then eventually build a team, don't hold that opportunity back from them. And that, in a sense, you can build a solid. You can build a solid team base just off of that. And the long-term money, the long-term residual money, I mean, customers are good from my experience, even when we were at the top of our PV, those customers last between 3 to 6 months at the most. And then they make a decision to either become a team member, or maybe life happened and they don't do it anymore, or brother or sister or relative signs up somewhere and they go with them.
Yes.
Never hesitate to share that with them, because you want those people. You need those people. And if they're sharing, their sister.
Something. Can I say something real quick? There's nothing. There are hardly any things that are more painful in this business than to see someone that you could have shared the business with, but you loved their PV, join another team and become a rock star, like shoot straight to Senior Ruby, and you're like, I was making $60 a month off of them, and they could have been your rock star. They could have shot you straight to diamond. It's really painful to watch. You don't want to watch something like that. I'm just telling you, okay? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Also, okay. And a lot of times you think, your dead-end roads as far as customers go, I believe, is like your grandma, and she's not going to be your dead-end road unless your cousin signs up and she liked them better than you. Really. Then she's going to buy from them. That's really your dead-end roads, is your grandma, your aunt that lives out in the wooded forest and doesn't have a phone. That's your dead-end roads. That's really your solid base customers. If they have somebody else they can share with, they need to be an ambassador sharing with other people. That's how you build a team. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Okay, people that are wanting to shoot for the 4,500 points. I've just broken it down by how many days are in this contest, divided by how many points you need to get. A shopping spree, $5,000 at Bloomingdale's, your airplane tickets paid for 2 people. And I've been pricing the plane tickets from Dallas. That's closest to us. I don't know about, other people, logistics and stuff. I think the cheapest flights were, right at $300. That's like several, that's more than one stop. That's layovers, blah, blah, blah. If you wanted a straight through flight, it was like, I think it was starting to get up near the $500 to $900 range. But, it's still doable. As far as from Dallas, I think it was $280 to $300. You had a couple flight stops. But anyway, if you shoot for the 4,500, you get the $5,000 shopping spree at Bloomingdale's. I know it doesn't say on the deal this year, but I think last year they flew you in the day before Leaders Retreat actually happened, paid for an extra night for you to stay, paid for your plane tickets, everything. I think they even pick you up from the airport, like in a limo or something. I mean, it's crazy what they do. So
you get a personal shop. Did you already say that? A personal
yeah, you
shopper?
get personal shop at Bloomingdale's. You get a personal shopper that is for you, and that's it. I mean, they're there for you.
Under stress, if you have to go shopping like that, you can spend part of it and then put some of it on credit. I mean, don't stress out about it, because I was like one of those that was like, I don't know, I spent $5,000 all at one stop.
Yeah, and you get to bring and you get to bring a guest. Like I said, plane tickets for 2, not just 1, 2. But anyway, if you've got a team that's working this business, and you got to think, you get 10 points for your personally sponsored, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you're number 3 level, so-and-so is like going gangbusters and signing up 10 to 12 people a month, that's 100 to 120 points for you. Even though they're on your 3rd level, that's still points for you that you're going to get, and so on, everybody above them. And if on your 3rd level, you've got 20 people that are going gangbusters, if they're signing 3 to 4 people each month, I mean, do the math. I mean, it doesn't take long for it to add up.
Yeah.
And it needs to trickle down from like, present this to your level 1s and say, hey, your team needs to average 3 to 4 ambassadors per day. Your 1 through the 4 levels need to average 3 to 4 ambassadors per day for you to get 4,500 points. So, okay, let's say you had, I'm going to use myself. Let's say I had 10 ambassadors that were working this business. I know that I personally need 3 to 4 ambassadors in those first 4 levels per day to get the 4,500. If I've got 10 level 1s that also want to do the same thing, and they're working their business to where they, telling each one, hey, you need 3 to 4 ambassadors per day. Then the second one, you need 3 to 4 ambassadors per day. You need 3 to 4 ambassadors per day. Look at the math there.
These people don't have to be personally sponsored.
He needs 1 through 4
emails on levels 1 to 3, 1 through 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need 4 emails coming in a day. You're not having to sponsor these all by yourself, but take it from me, you're going to have to do your own part of the work.
So yeah, it doesn't take long for the math to just keep multiplying to where, especially, using the number 10, if I had 10 level 1s that were working and I was still signing more myself, the math, I mean, it goes crazy after that. So, and I need somebody to make a graphic with that. I don't know who would do that. I don't know if Cherie got on the call. If we've got somebody else that likes to do that, there's people chatting. There may be somebody saying that they can do that. I don't know.
Basically, a graphic that has the volume broken down. This is how much you're going to be able to accumulate in volume if you shoot for. He's talking about in a perfect world, if you have your 1,500 in volume every month, then this is how many points you could get in volume for 3 months worth of that. If you have as your ambassadors are trickling in month after month, okay, yeah, there's some people saying they can do it. I'm not going to worry about that. To get the details, to get the specifics, if you need them, get with me or Jenny. We'll give you the exact breakdown of how it needs to be. Here's the thing. We should all be shooting for the best that we can get out of this deal. I can tell you already, my inbox is lighting up with people. I mean, people that left convention, it's like, boom, signed up one. Ooh, boom, signed up another one the next day. And I'm like, okay, well, hey, I'm in this to win it. If I'm getting emails on these people, I'm telling you, it's going to be exciting. And I know because some of you that's happening to, you're on the call tonight. And I know that you already know in your heart that you can do this. And trust me when I tell you, you can do this. There will be, even last year for the shopping spree, I remember thinking, I'm telling you my personal experience. I remember thinking, leading up to leadership retreat, I remember thinking, I could never do that. And then watching how many of them did it made me sick at my stomach. I watched all this video at Leader Retreat of all these women running through Bloomingdale's with their little shopping bags. And I was like, oh my God, like a ton of them did it. And I can't believe that I didn't shoot for it. It made me so sick and mad at myself because I wasn't shooting for it. I wasn't trying. The least that you can do is be like, I can try this. I'm going to shoot for the biggest prize that there is. And wherever you fall in the middle of it, you're going to have great prizes, even if you don't attain the very top. And if you can't believe for yourself that you are worth it and worthy of this, the cool thing about Leaders Retreat and any contest is it feels like you're doing it for the contest. But the year that we did win this Rolex thing, within months, we had emerald. From October to March, let's see, end of October. So from November to March is how long it took for the momentum that led up to Leaders Retreat to turn into 2 Emerald ambassadorships in our home. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't I have that right? Yeah. Yeah. So literally 5 or 6 months from just the momentum leading from convention to Leaders Retreat, we built up so much momentum, had so many new ambassadors sign up, had so many people that were on fire because we were on fire. It's contagious, people. I mean, I can't tell you how much I believe that it's contagious. We have been sort of in a mode in the last few months to where it's like, okay, what's next? What's next? Well, these Zoom chats, these are what's next. I want people, I know a lot of you, this is going to be coming third, like in the row of 3, and it's not going to really chronologically make sense when you're showing your team. These are the videos you watch. These are in the order that they are. But this is what's going on right now, and we would be wrong. We would be disservicing to you if we weren't showing you how to get where you want. I want you to make a goal board. I want you to do whatever it is that you can put in front of you that's worked for you before. I want you to think, okay, how did I potty train my kid? Did I use stickers? I mean, what did I do that was motivating to get the job done? And so if you need to hang something on your refrigerator that's as big as your refrigerator that has something that you can fill in or add stickers to or whatever to make this happen for you, I want you to be filling in every time. That's what we did when I made a little thermometer. And my kids knew, and here's something, this is so key, what I'm about to say to you. I look back on this and I think that was a turning point for me, and I didn't realize it. It was a turning point for me because I put a lot of other things on hold for about a 4-month period. I'm not saying I neglected anything, but I'm always like super mom. Like I'm always mom. I mean, just like I said, Tripp was so glad when I got back home because he had somebody to wheeze at his stupid YouTube videos. He's like, I love you, mom. I missed you. Because I laugh at the videos that he shows me on YouTube and stuff. But for 4 months there, I did a whole lot of concentrated. You guys never hear me talk like this. I know you're like, she's always so laid back. But for about 4 months, I had do what?
I said you're very competitive when you want to be.
That's true. When I want to be, that's right. I have to turn it off sometimes, and I've had it turned off for about the last 6 months. But during that 4-month period, I was in it to win it. And I told my kids, bear with me. I'm going to take you on a cruise. I'm going to get you an iPad. And what I didn't know is he and I together, we're going to turn our household into a doubled emerald household. Then within another year, turn into a double diamond household and completely change the face of our lives in general. I mean, it was concentrated effort for a period of time to where, you know, if you are a super mom, if you are a homeschooling mom or whoever, whatever kind of person you are, that if you put guilt on yourself for whatever reasons, because, you know, you stay on your phone too much, you don't, you know, whatever. The truth is, stay on your phone only doing income producing activities. Don't get on your phone and fart around and do stupid stuff and play on YouTube unless your kids need you to wheeze at a video. Don't get on there and play those casino games and all that. Give this the next however many days we have. If you will get in there, give it your all for the next few days, you will see the residual of it for as long as we've been feeding off of the residual of the Rolex watch. That Rolex watch meant nothing to me, but look what transpired out of it. I mean, it wasn't the motivation of the watch that I was going for. It was really because I wanted to take my kids on a trip. But I had no idea what we were setting ourselves up for in the long run. And you can be setting yourselves up for the exact same thing. Put the effort in now. If you get half as far as the biggest prize, you still will be in amazing momentum mode. I promise. the people that went with us on that first cruise, they were in amazing momentum mode and followed right behind us in diamond footsteps. I'm here to tell you, it's amazing what this will do for your business. So I don't know what motivates you. I'm not one that talks a lot of cheerleader pom-pom stuff. I'll let everybody do their business the way they want to do it. You're not going to catch me pressuring you because I don't like to do that to people, and I think it's inauthentic. But I am here to encourage you, and if you want to make this happen, I'm going to cry with you, I'm going to applaud you, and I'm going to cheer you. And I know there are some of you out there that I just know you're meant to have this. I just know that you are. And I think you know it too, okay? I think you already know. So anyway, we've gone way over time, but I was so excited because I'm very excited about the whole thing, and I want you guys to be in it to win it too. Jetty, was there anything else you wanted to cover before I stop recording? Oh, I'm not looking at you. If you're talking to me, I can't see you.
I think that's good. I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to leave everybody muted. If you have something you want to say, you'll have to actually unmute yourself because it'll be too noisy if I don't. So I'm probably going to wish I left this. I'm going to leave this recording unless you guys are too embarrassed to ask a question, because you guys are probably going to ask me stuff I wish was recorded. So, okay. Somebody go. Really?
They're all silent.
Really? I got a couple of redheads that I know are wanting to ask some questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
You said the PV was 3 full months. So isn't it about 10 weeks for the contest, but do they go to that full third month, like the full 12 weeks for that?
PV.
Do you know what I mean?
PV goes by month, not necessarily weeks. PV is usually added in on the 10th through the 15th after the month. So June, July, and August are what counts. So whatever you have in June, July, and then August is what counts.
The cool thing about PV is if they're preferred customers, that's repeating itself every month. You know what I'm saying? You can add more to it, add more to it, but once you hit
you don't have to get brand new ones every month.
That makes it a lot easier. Okay, someone else?
You lost me.
I'm saying if your customers are preferred, they're ordering from you every month. So the first month, in June, if you hit 1,500 in PV, and they're preferred customers, they order again. And so July, it also causes you to hit 1,500 in PV. It doesn't have to be new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not part of your this butterfly team, but I would like to have the files and get them.
Hang on. I'm trying to find you. Raise your hand so I can see who it is that's talking to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You're not part of my team. And what else?
I'm part of the team, but I'm way down. And so I'm not part of your Plexus butterfly page. So all the files you just showed us, I don't have access to.
Okay. I will, one of two things. I will either add them to whatever page, whatever group. Are you on the Freedom page?
Yeah, I'm with Tammy L.
Okay. Well, I will make sure that they get those documents as well. And if you just want me to, if you want to message me on Facebook, I can just send them to you. Is that okay?
Perfect. That'll work.
Okay. Somebody else?
Okay, so since I'm close enough to drive there, do they still give you the flight reimbursement?
That we couldn't answer that question. Actually,
I don't know.
I don't know how they work that.
Because it's like 4.5, 5 hours, probably 5 hours for me to drive to DC.
That would be a
I would
question.
think that they'll work something out with you, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. I'm going to take a minivan full of my team.
Awesome.
That's a good idea. Anybody else?
Hey, Lori.
Yes.
What is your take on signing up your spouse if you're gold as opposed to waiting?
Who's talking to me so I can find you?
Angie. Sorry.
No, you're okay. It's just I've got several pages worth of people. Signing up your spouse. If you're our gold ambassador, and if your spouse plans to work it with you and not be a dead level in between, then I say go for it. If you plan to just work it on your own, then it can slow down the progress. So, is that the same advice you would? Is that the same advice you would give, Jetty?
Yeah. I would say it's somebody's speaker is actually, I don't know who it is. But,
here, I'll mute everybody again. You'll just have to unmute yourself, Jetty. Hang on a second. Okay, unmute yourself.
Yeah, if you're a gold ambassador and you I think it's yours, babe.
My speaker?
Yep.
Hang on.
I think if like I said, we're supposed to be gold ambassadors before we sign our spouse up. If your spouse is going to work the business, by all means, sign them up. If they're not interested in working the business, no, I don't recommend signing them up. Once your team gets big enough, there is freedom in this, but it is also, you have responsibilities to your people that you sign up, especially your level ones. And as your level ones drop off, if they signed up people and they came up, it's your responsibility to take care of them. I heard someone say, and I probably won't get it right, but I know you heard it, Lori, where once you signed up in this business, you cannot leave once you've signed somebody up, because you've got an obligation to take care of a person that you brought into the company. So that you forfeit your right basically to not do anything. I mean, you have people to take care of. Yeah, and my ultimate goal is to sign people up, and I do have people that they don't need me at all. And that's the kind of people I want more of those people. I want more of those people that they call me up and use me for a reference. I mean, that's not to mean I will do anything for those people. I will, and they know that. But my ultimate goal is to produce people that do not need me. They call and say, hey, let's go to lunch. Or I call them and say, hey, let me take you to lunch. Let me take you to dinner, your whole family, whatever. Because you've done so much, and I get blessed for it. So.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're muted. There you go.
I want to say something. I want to say something too. Am I echoing still? No. Okay. I can't stress to you guys. I know a lot of you have been in some of my accountability groups and all these kind of things. And so you sort of know what I'm about to say by heart. So just ignore me. But those of you who don't know what I'm about to say, there is so much power in how you speak over yourself. Like right here in your tongue, the things that you say over yourself about you, about your family, about your friends, about your marriage, about your kids, all of these things. And I encourage that you speak life and only life into every aspect of your life. Since I'm supposed to be here coaching you about your plexus business, I say that you should, before you lay your head on your pillow every night, you should say, thank you, Lord, for those that you are about to have cross my path, that people who are going to be coming into my life that I can offer freedom to, show them how to get the shackles off of their life. And Lord, I promise that I will not goof up my end of it by, puking plexus on them and that type of thing. I truly, is my video off? Can y'all see me? Y'all can see me? Okay. Somebody's talking to me here and I can't tell what they're saying. I can't tell you how important it is that in your quiet time and in your prayer time and whatever's going through your head and the thoughts that are going through your head, if you feel yourself being negative, and I'm really not talking about a contest here, I'm talking about life, but pertaining to this contest, if you feel yourself being negative and talking negative over your life, I can promise you, you're going to draw that to you. But if you will speak life on your business, you will see things completely transform and change. That's why I got so mad at myself last year when I thought, why didn't I do that? Because I know that. I actually know that concept, and it makes me really mad at myself. And what made me even madder is that I wasn't encouraging my team to do the same, because even when I can't see greatness in myself, which is almost always the case, we look at ourselves and we pick ourselves apart or criticize ourselves. I can see greatness in you guys. I can see it like with all my heart. And I think, I can't believe I wasn't encouraging my team to get out of their comfort zone, go do something brave, go do something bold, talk to someone that intimidates you. After you've done it and you've survived it a few times, you're like, I can do that again. I mean, you survive it. And put people down on your list that you know would be amazing people at this business, and just call them and ask them to go to coffee with you. Call them. I mean, once you've done it, that first 30 seconds is the only thing that like feels suffocating. And then afterwards, you're either like, oh my God, that totally worked. Or you're like, hey, who really cares about you anyway? And then you move on to the next person. I'm just telling you, it's like, you know, at that point, you know who your friends are. And I don't mean if they tell you no. If they tell you no, that doesn't mean they're not your friend. But if they're rude to you, if you have people that are rude to you, just move on. For the most part, you're going to have people that will be warm and inviting because you've been speaking life over it every single day. Are you guys following what I'm putting down here? I mean, I want you to really, every day, I want to encourage you to wake up in the morning before your feet hit the ground and be like, today is my day. I'm excited today to get out of my bed and go do this and go do that. And I can't wait to talk to people because people are excited to talk to me. People love me. I know y'all probably think, what is she drinking tonight? But I believe in you guys. I believe that God has orchestrated a team. I'm calling you guys my team because you're my team. I feel like he has orchestrated a team of people with me that are fungus fighting warriors who are out to literally save people from themselves, because that's really what the battle in life about. It's about saving you from yourself. We're our own worst enemy. We are the enemy to ourselves, whether it's through temptation, whether it's through vanity, whether it's through all these things that we do in our life that are anti-good things to ourselves. And this business model and these products help people get out of depression. I mean, I can't think of anything that I would rather have happen in my life. Like I thought that I was fat, and that the fact that I was fat made me sad. I was just sad. I was depressed. I didn't feel good. I felt chemically altered because I was. And before I even lost weight, I felt better about myself because my hormones were balanced. And when you know that about yourself, and when you know that about other people, and you don't offer that to other people, you should be ashamed of yourself. For real. You should really be ashamed of yourself. When you have something that's so amazing and you're scared to talk to people about it, I say this all the time. If somebody had known what would have saved my brother's life, but was scared to tell me about it because they were afraid that I would think they were selling me something, then that person should be handed their head back to them on a silver platter, because that's something wrong with people. It's something that's wrong with us. We have to get over ourselves to accomplish anything in life, to be able to reach people. It's just like with your faith. If you're like, oh, they're going to think I'm a Bible thumper, or they're going to think that I'm just a Jesus freak. Well, what? Who cares what they think? I mean, seriously, we have something to offer these people, and we won't get out of our comfort zone to do it, and shame on us, right? Okay. I've talked enough, and I've officially gone way, way over your time limit. But does anybody else have a question? I do want to open it up to one more question, maybe. If you have a further question after that question, we may have to take it to a private message, but because I definitely want to pray over you guys. Go ahead if somebody has a question. Nobody? All right. Well, I'm going to pray over you guys. Unless you see somebody, I can't see everybody. I can only see about 20 of you at a time. So I'm going to pray over you guys. Okay, go ahead. What?
Word on the I came in late. And Mega X.
Oh yeah, I did a video about that. It's on the butterfly page. I don't know for sure who said that, but I did a video about it on the butterfly
It was
page.
BGC.
Okay, well, I'm going to pray over everybody then, and I'll stop the recording after we pray. That way, even people who watch it later will feel like they were prayed over, because they were. Okay, if you have prayer requests, just lift them up right now. I didn't have time to ask for prayer requests tonight. If you have a prayer request and you want to put it on the butterfly page, I can promise you there are a bunch of prayer warriors in that group to be happy to pray for you. So, Father God, I just lift up all these people to you, all their teams and who they represent, Lord, their families and their kids, their spouses. We just come to you, Lord, with grateful hearts for all that you've blessed us with, for all these things that we really don't deserve, but we're grateful. We're so humble and grateful for you and what you do in our life. We're grateful for the grace that you put on our lives and the mercy that you put in front of us every single day so that we can take the next step, Lord. Lord, free us from any bondage, any shame, any guilt, any comparison, anything that's holding us back, Lord. Just show it to us. Show us what it is that holds us back, and show us that we need to pray over it. What's the next step so that we can every single day be breaking free of any kind of bondage, Lord, because we want to be free of it so that we can be more bold and more powerful for your kingdom, Father. I just lift up this company. I lift up the executives, and I ask, Lord, that you just give them heaven knowledge, like knowledge that is above and beyond belief, where people are just like, they have so much wisdom. It's like it's straight from God. Father, I lift up anybody who has any kind of decision-making power within our company, Father, that they would feel so filled up with you that their heart feels like it's going to burst. I pray over every single product that we have. I just am so grateful for the anointing that you have poured into this company. It's as if every single product has been like a hand extended out of the clouds to free people from this life, the tortures that they go through with pain, depression, hormonal problems, all of these things here on this side of heaven. I ask that you just watch over each of these people that are represented here, and the ones that are not on the call tonight, anybody that falls under the umbrella of my team. I ask for special blessings on their life, Lord. And if they have secret prayer requests, things that they feel that they're too scared to publicly bring to your attention, Father, I ask that I just know already. I don't have to ask. I already know that you know those concerns, Lord. And I just pray favor. I pray abundance and favor and clarity into their situation so they can see things for what they really are. I pray over marriages. For some reason, you always bring that to my attention, Father. Lord, let us not ever neglect the relationship that you put into our life. I'm so grateful for every late relationship from this team, from all these wonderful people that you put on my team. And I can already see it ahead. It's just like the coolest vision in my mind. All of these brand new kingdom warriors that you are bringing to our team, even as we pray right now. Every single person represented here tonight, I just see it like it's a vision in the clouds. Like you're bringing people in front of us. You're going to put people in front of us every day that are looking for an answer, looking for an answer to their burdens, looking for an answer to their depression. They're looking for an answer to the pain that they have in their life, and they're looking for an answer to the financial problems that they face. Father, I just know it already, and I come to you with such gratefulness and gratitude. I guess that's the same word, isn't it? I come to you with so much gratitude and so much love. And I guess if anybody has a burden on their heart that they want to share with us later, Lord, I lift those things up to you too. And we do all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Ooh. Okay. If you guys want to, I guess I'm going to stop recording. Hang on.